Hello and welcome to a very different Grey Hat Beard recording. We're hoping you can hear us. That background noise is because we are live at the South Coast Summit down at the Ageas Bowl in Southampton. And we're very lucky, we're joined by a set of guests. So there's Kevin here, I'm the Grey of Grey Hat Beards.
I'm Al, I'm the Hat of Grey Hat Beards.
And we've got a load of people who are going to come and join us and chat to us in a minute. And what we're going to ask them about is what is their ideal conference? So, our first guest, Alison, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Alison Mulligan and I am the CEO of Maximus OT and a Business Applications MVP. My ideal conference would probably involve are we allowed to involve non-conferencey stuff?
Absolutely. Anything.
You could be on Mars if you want.
Right, so I feel like we would all go to America, maybe.
You think in Vegas or somewhere?
It could be Vegas, maybe not somewhere not quite so hot. I don't
I
do well in the
was
heat.
going to say snow, autumn, city.
Somewhere in between, middle. Let's go middle. Somewhere in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle, right? Or maybe, we could go to New York, right? And then we could all take the bus out to Six Flags in New Jersey where they have the world's tallest roller coaster.
Ooh, that would be very good.
Right?
Yep.
So like a pre-event,
right,
at there having some fun, yes.
because this is effectively a 3-day shindig.
If work's listening, no, but yes, absolutely.
We're working during the day.
Yes.
But then we're
Yes.
socialising because, a lot of us know each other. I mean, this is fantastic because there's a lot of people I don't know here.
Yeah.
So that's been tremendous.
Or I think a lot of people we've met via social media, seen on there,
Yes.
but never actually met face to face.
But let's face it, most people are not recognising people who are physically here from their Twitter profile, are they?
Right.
You look different from their neck down.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
this is the thing, Matt Beard got here yesterday and he said, we should have set up the Guess the Height game for the people that you've never met in person, try and guess how tall they are from just sitting from the shoulders up. So I say ideal conference, this is pretty up there because we had some sessions over the course of the day yesterday and there was a hack, so you can do session or hack, workshop or hack.
Yeah.
Then there was a social last night with a speaker's dinner. Then today we've got loads of sessions, we've got loads of stands. This is really well organised. I love having these proper set up stands here so you can go and talk to other partners.
So for those, turn the camera for those on video.
There's a risk the camera's on the move.
On the balcony, looking out, you can see all the different ones. We've got Titan, CPS, Fresh over there, Advancing Analytics, lots of and
Maximus
just
down there.
hiding over there with a very cool Fender Lego as a bit of swag. So there's some great swag going on, and that's why you're hearing that background noise. Is we're literally just above the conference floor.
And it's
great.
buzzing. It's amazing. And the other thing I like about this, which I enjoy at conference and would be part of my ideal conference, is having a lot of mix of people from, not just, because most of the people I know are business applications, but there's a lot of people here who are based Microsoft 365.
And this does have everybody here, doesn't
Yes.
it? Yeah. Lots of
It's that
different
chance to see
communities.
things you wouldn't usually
Yes.
listen to at different points of view and stuff.
And let's face it, if you come to a conference like this, you have to go to at least one left field session that is going to stretch you a little bit in a different direction.
100%, yeah. So I'd say this is close. If we could do it in New York and then pop down to
and
Six
slightly better
Flags.
weather. We have had a little bit of rain earlier, but
Did we? I haven't been out.
Been out either.
absolutely stunning at the moment.
I forgot what outside looks like. It's just a distant memory from me now.
So who would you? So you'd have a mixture of different Microsoft staff, varied people. What sort of talks? Would you have Jeff Teeper there, Satya Nadella? Would you like community mostly? Or
I like community
someone
stuff.
random?
Yeah, I would love to have a Satya Nadella talk. 100%. That would be amazing. I love the talks that are also talking about how people solve problems, like real world problems.
Real world experience.
We had a lot of that summit, which I'm going to say was 2 years ago. I've no concept of time over the last
So
18
the
months.
Scottish summit.
No, the one in Amsterdam, European summit.
Or European
okay, yeah.
Chef, Club Summit.
Yes.
Or the European
The
SharePoint.
Europeans. It wasn't SharePoint, it was Club Summit, I think.
Okay.
Because that was the first time I met Manuela and she did a session about the stuff they've been doing at Virgin. She was at Virgin at the time before she went to Microsoft. And that kind of stuff, for me, was It's amazing.
The real world experience is always really valuable because it resonates with people. Oh, I can see what you've actually done and why you've done it. And it actually looks really cool. It's not just the smoke and mirrors and the sales pitch.
Right.
It's really important.
Yeah, seeing stuff people have actually. But I like seeing the demos as well, and like the theoretical stuff. And,
I like seeing demos break.
I think one of my favourite demos was one where Lee Baker watered Keith Watley.
That was it. It was the Ignite the Tour.
Yeah.
That was hysterical. Yeah. So for those who know, Lee set up an Internet of Things about watering his plant. He decided to do it by holding it over Keith Watley's head. Yeah, that was priceless.
That was my favourite.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, so if we could add a bit of that in, a little bit of comedy, some demos, some real world stuff, maybe Satya Nadella. I love Donna did some of the keynotes one as well, she's always amazing. So a bit of that, bit of theme park action, bit of social.
That sounds perfect, I'm up for that. So
where
do we sign up for a ticket?
So New York Summit 2022.
Yeah.
23 maybe.
Have we got to save up?
I think we might have to.
Right, we're going to try and rotate through our guests.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Alison.
Thanks for having me.
Look up, it's Maximus, just Maximus, isn't it? Not Maximus Solution.
Maximus IT.
Maximus
if
IT,
you want to be
thank
technical.
you on that one. So do look them up and get involved. But
Thanks,
thank
guys.
you, Alison.
Cheers, Alison.
So I think next up, because he's looking distracted on his phone, Luke, do you want to come and join us?
Oh, goodness. All right, let's do it to it.
So, Luke, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, my name's Luke Evans. I'm a solutions/technical architect. Are we going to this level? Sorry.
Yeah,
Want me to give a brief intro?
absolutely.
By all means.
Just you are on camera.
That's quite all right. I can live with that. That's no bother. Solutions architect at Agilicis. A bit of background about myself. I don't know. I won't bore you guys for too long, but what I would say is I've been in the collaboration space originally for about 15, 16 years. I did about 6 years at MS doing SharePoint. Since then, 365 space. The things that interest me the most is security and identity. That's a very brief intro.
And Yammer, isn't it? As well. You love Yammer.
Well, I can't say enough kind things about Yammer, is what I would say.
You can't say any kind things.
I absolutely no. Yammer. If you had to score the products, or if you, what would I say?
Well, there's an idea.
Oh,
for a future show.
so here. So what I'm saying. So the question is, what's your dream conference?
Okay.
So I'm hearing it's going to be a Yammer conference.
Well, you know what? I
a year of Yammer, a whole year conference. Yeah. I love dropping Luke into it like this. This is great.
Well, what I was going to say is, if I was out taking a whiz when they handed out 365 products, I think Yammer would be at the bottom of the pile. I would come back and get Yammer, basically. That's how I feel. I don't mean to be, I guess, facetious or unkind to Yammer, but it's not the one for me. I think it has its place in large multi-regional places, but it's not doing it for me. And
right. So let's stop dropping you in it and bring you back to Southern.
Go on then.
So what is your dream conference? We're obviously here at South Coast Summit. So what's your dream conference?
Well, I think my dream conference, and this is just hypothetical, I can just make it up.
Absolutely.
Unlimited fundage, unlimited whatever.
Yeah, it could be wherever you want.
So, well, I think first off, I'm actually an American. I don't know if you know. So the first thing I'd do is I'd probably move it to America. That's the first thing I would do. That's number one,
We got theme developing.
I would probably go Vegas, if I'm honest.
Okay.
It's like the adults' playground, so why not? I feel, is this? Are we going to the right?
So we're
I think
Vegas,
why not? We might have the why not when we talk to Zoe later. But,
Well,
I
I think Zoe will be in. I think she'll agree with me. Vegas is where it's at.
For one night only.
For one night. Well, you see, go hard or go home. I think that's the way it goes. But I think Zoe's the epitome of that today. But I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. I don't know if she's going to be able to bring the energy like you do.
Oh, she will. She will.
She will?
She'll be fine.
She'll find a way.
Anyways, we'll go Vegas. And I think in terms of technology, which is probably what you're really after, I'm just speculating on the place where and when. I think technology, I would love to have loads of hands-on gadgets. I think I'm a gadget man,
Okay.
So I had a play here with the HoloLens yesterday, and that was an absolute hoot, is what I would say. I would love to play with all MS, all the Surface gadgets, everything you got at the Technology Center, whatever it is. I think I'd love to see that. I think I'd love to see Microsoft.
So do you think that's something that you don't get enough of, even when you've got an expo like this, that actually it's really hard for a lot of attendees to actually get hands-on with things?
Haven't seen any of those.
I think. Look, I've never seen a studio the Studio Surface. I've never seen one in real life. I'd love to see one. I think the technology is well. I'm a gadget man, so I always come back to that. When I saw you guys originally, I saw the little MacBook, the Surface, all that sort of jazz. I saw you have the nice shirt MV7, is that right?
I do like my MV7,
So I think
absolutely.
gadgets is a key component to any successful conference.
Yeah.
I think the other one is probably the people there. Yeah, so I think the other thing is people. So for me, I know you guys, I think it's friendly, approachable people. I think one of the, I don't mean to discredit the people here, but quite often it's quite predatory, I would say. It can be quite predatory. The sales.
Apologies, they are testing some screens, so just ignore any shouting in
So
the background.
I think it's more about people and approachability, probably.
Yeah.
If I had to say, I think you guys are great, fantastic. I love these guys. So
Making it easy to actually interact with people.
I think that's probably the one. Yeah, I think a nice, open welcome with the people is probably the key. So I think it's a combination of places, obviously a given. USA baby, and then we've got technology and people is really what drives it.
And gadgets.
Well, of course.
Gadgets.
Well,
And
that's
Idea
technology.
gadgets. There aren't actually that many. I'd love to see loads of IoT devices. And kind of
Oh,
cool
really?
things like that.
But I
would be
saw
really
you-
That was
nice.
the thing of Future Decoded and Ignite the Tour. Whenever the HoloLens and those gadgets were there was always a massive long queue, wasn't
Yeah.
there?
Well,
Making them accessible to people to actually play with.
And the HoloLens yesterday, I think the other cool thing that we could have, certainly the people there, they had the partner company, I can't quite remember the name, but Bellicus. I think the actual practical real world application of the HoloLens was pretty damn interesting as well.
I think, and that's what really stands out for some of these is that how can I actually visualize using this in my organisation?
I think that is it. So I would love to see more of that. That was a great demo. I was hooked. I wanted to see more.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the main key components for me. It's probably people and technology, and the
And
subset.
what about kind of pre-event, after party?
Okay,
anything like
okay.
that? What would you
Well,
have
to be
for that?
honest, I can't really speak a great deal on that at
I
the
know it's in
moment.
Vegas, which is slightly
Well,
boring,
Vegas,
but
I've just had twins, so my life is kind of overrun.
Utopian dream.
Utopian dream, we'd go out partying all night in Vegas. That's the
There you
dream.
go.
That's it.
We'd be dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
here's a free credit card.
Oh,
So,
well,
so your limo to drive you
Oh
around.
my goodness, can you imagine? That'd be so much fun.
Oh, that would be so
I
messy.
think we would.
Sorry, darling, I've got married again. He's called out.
I think I would be heading straight to the Win or the Aria or whatever. We could just tear it up. I think it would be absolutely fantastic. Imagine a day of conferences.
Would
and
that
then-
be so? Would that social be after all of the
I think it'd
sessions, or the night before the sessions?
Well, you know what? I would, if in a dream world, I would probably do it the night of. You had more time to meet the people, but I guess you could flip the coin and you could say I want to do it before and meet the people at the event. But the problem, and I don't wish to name names, but if you've been out the night before quite heavily, you might not.
You might suffer. Yeah,
You might be suffering on the day of the conference.
Yeah. I think we've all been there. I think we have all been there. So.
I think. I didn't even think about the pre and post event, but I think I would probably do it the night of if I had to say.
Yeah.
I think it would be a hoot, and imagine tearing it up in Vegas. I think we would
would be amazing.
absolutely smash it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, literally.
I think. Thank you for the question. It was a good one. I forgot that element. So.
Well, that's fantastic. No, thank
Yeah.
you, Luke.
No, wonderful.
I'm looking
Excellent.
forward to the Vegas conference.
Well,
I've
absolutely.
never done Vegas.
I think we missed
so,
one key thing before I leave. What would it be called? Is the other thing.
Oh, well, that's,
Have you- have you asked that one yet? On
No,
that?
no.
That's a good
So what are you going to call it?
I don't know.
Luke Fest.
I'm not sure. I am egomaniacal.
Collab.
But I'm not sure I'd go with Luke Fest. It might be a bit overkill. No, I think. I don't know.
Evans Fest then.
No. It would be like what's the one I'm thinking of? What, Mad Max? Maybe like something like I'm thinking outlandish, crazy.
Mad Max.
Well, like what's that one? Like Scorched Earth, maybe Scorched Technology, something crazy, something out
like
there.
Scorched Technology. Yes. Yes.
I'm thinking
Not
sort of
Burning Man, Burning Microsoft.
beyond,
there we go.
beyond,
sorted.
beyond the Thunderdome.
That's escape from technology. That would be.
Beyond the Yammer. There we go.
Yeah, the dystopian future of Yammer is behind us, and this is what remains.
Well, I think you got to ask these questions
getting
next.
better
What
and better,
I
aren't
would
they?
say. You
I
have
think
the
we did.
name, you got the place.
I think we do. I think there might be something in this.
I'm pretty sure people are going to beat my name. My name is a bit out there. It's a bit off the cuff.
Yeah,
I
but
feel.
to be fair, we only really gave you like a couple of minutes, so giving you a bit more time, we might have something more interesting.
Well,
So,
let's see. Anyways, gents, it's an absolute pleasure.
That was lovely. Thank
Pleasure
you very
having
much
you,
for
Luke.
joining
Yeah,
us. And
thanks for having me.
Yeah. it's
All
a
right,
pleasure.
well, thanks, guys.
we'll see you later.
Yeah, we'll see you in a bit.
Cheers.
You want me just to walk off, or what's the?
Yeah, and we'll
I will see whether
Zoe, I think.
see whether Zoe comes in.
No, you're up.
Oh, come on.
You gotta do it.
Come on, you're going to come say it's too
Come
late
on.
now, you're there.
Say
You
hi.
gotta sign up.
Could I just like put my head on the table?
Absolutely.
Oh, can I ask one? Don't bang the table too much because it comes through on there. But,
So,
Zoe, would you like to introduce yourself?
I
thought we started the easy questions.
Yeah, start easy.
we're gentle.
Yeah, please. So I'm Zoe. I'm the Director of Innovation and Customer Success at Agilicis and Microsoft MVP for Apps and Services.
Fantastic. So the question we're asking everyone is, what would your dream conference be? You know, could be anything. It doesn't have to be actually Microsoft. Probably tailoring it
would
more
be,
that
yeah.
way. Yeah.
Yeah,
And we know
so-
we're all geeks, and probably is Microsoft anyway.
Absolutely, yeah. So lots of insider information, really great product announcements from Microsoft, really great swag.
So is that all new announcements, not
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
the re-announced announcements?
Yeah. No, it's not. You know, I don't just want like new logos and things like that. I want like actual.
You don't want name changes?
Yeah, so, no name changes, no licensing changes unless it's from free to
unless it's
free.
cheaper,
I want the good stuff. Some good swag, probably no
So
alcohol.
what's good swag?
Oh, yeah.
Before we come on to the alcohol question, what's good swag? What kind of things you love to have?
So like nice quality hoodies, backpacks. I don't want notebooks. I don't want water bottles. I've got
Plastic,
tons of them in the
reusable
cupboard at
rubbish.
home.
Something that's usable. Yeah.
Something that's usable. Yeah, I mean tech's always good.
Yeah, free HoloLens here and there.
I will give a shout. These people give out the swag, so you mentioned, and I will give a shout out to Law 365, who saved my bacon by giving away a free USB hub, so I can actually connect to it, and it does work. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And it does
stuff.
work.
Yeah, which isn't always the case with some swag as well.
Yeah. And I was going to say I don't need any more tiny little battery packs, but actually sometimes at a conference they can come in quite handy if they're recharged.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, maybe just lending them out rather than actually just giving them away. Yeah.
So we've alluded to this a little bit, and you had an enjoyable night last night at the speakers' dinner. It's fair to say.
Yes.
But what, possibly either ignoring that, or what would you ideally have like a pre or post event outside of the main conference? What sort of thing?
I think I know I said no alcohol, but I actually think there are opportunities to socialise with with the community, if this was kind of a US event, for example, with the engineering team from Microsoft, I think, because
I don't think they're let out in public, are they? Though. So
only at Ignite.
for me, I think it's all about the people that you talk to, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the networking, isn't it? And it's with Microsoft folks, with the product groups, but also attendees, and also competitors as well. It's a good way just to meet the community.
Yeah, competitors or potential partners actually,
or potential employees.
Yeah, I mean that's a really good point because so the company that I work for, we focus on public sector, and we sponsored an event earlier in the year, and I was trying to get them to sponsor this and some other upcoming ones, and their view was that it doesn't really generate the leads that they want in public sector. So what I've actually done is spun that around and said, we're struggling to hire people with the right skills, so we should be here with a presence, and we should see this as a recruitment opportunity.
And that's what so many. I mean, we had Alison on earlier. She's a recruiter. I mean, it is so. It's such a great way for people to actually meet potential employers, but also to meet people they can learn from. It's so much potential when it comes to community.
Because the thing is, the people that are here, they've essentially given up their weekend to come and learn about Microsoft. Those are the kind of people that you want to be in the technical teams.
They have the passion, don't they?
Yes,
And that's it.
Passion.
You can't teach passion, but you can teach all the technology.
Yeah.
So Luke came up with a great question. What would you call your conference?
I have got no imagination whatsoever for that question.
So we can just call it the Imagination Conference.
With the Imagination Conference, no imagination whatsoever today. What did Luke go with? Luke Fest?
I think we went. What did we go with?
Beyond the Thunderdome.
Beyond the Thunderdome.
Yes, he's getting a round of applause now.
The year of Yammer.
All in for the Yammer conference.
A Yammer conference, the last year.
Yeah, I know Luke loves it.
We'll just call it the Yam Jam.
Well, thank you very much. So we'll let you go and get some coffee or some water.
I need some water.
Good luck with your talk later as well. So thank you very much. So yeah, we had a few guests. It's now down to just Al and I. Al, what about you? I have a few ideas. What would be your dream conference?
I think what the others have said, there's so much there. You know, I think for me now coming to these, it's really about who you meet. It's about, you know, the conversations
putting
that you
that real
have.
face to kind of digital engagements you've had and meeting other people has been great.
But I know, you know, for me, the sessions are really important. That's why I started coming to conferences in the first place. And what I get out of them is transition. So, you know, I'd want to make sure that there are still those fantastic sessions for people who are new to the technology, who are early in their careers, to come and learn and to develop their skills, to make sure there's really high quality sessions. But then there's the networking, there is the meeting people, socialising, learning who you can ask questions of.
And I think of those high quality sets, was it Lucas said, that real world experience?
Yeah, real world experience.
Getting that kind of latest announcements, but also how people are really using it, not just the, I don't want to say vaporware, but the kind of initial look of things that is great, but doesn't tell you how it's used. I think that's a great session.
That's even more important now because, you know, years ago when I started going to conferences, it would be, well, new version of SQL's out, new version of SharePoint's out. You know the features, you know they're there, you can choose to use them or not. Now it's, well, something's coming, it's in private preview or public preview, or
it's a summary of things been released recently, which a lot of people aren't as geeky as us and keep up with all the news. Obviously, if you listen to Grey Hat Beard, you will get all the latest, but it's just a reminder of what is out there and kind of. And I found things I knew about that kind of go, we should.
But I think that's where the real world experiences, how I have applied what we know is already available, is really valuable for so many people.
Yeah, absolutely. And what about, where would you have it?
So I'd like the idea of having it out in a field somewhere, a bit like a music festival. A bit like a music festival. I'm not cities are great, but actually I'd really just like it, you know, where you're just mingling around, maybe there's some music going on, and you know, the after event is kind of just, and relax and chill out, and you know, hopefully in the summertime, so you can sit outside.
Guaranteed good weather.
Good weather.
It's exactly what I was. I go to Latitude quite a lot. It's got a kind of mixture of bands and music playing. They have podcasts in tents and people giving talks, and it's a variety of things. I see exactly that, being able to float between different tents on there, listen to the different sessions. That would be brilliant. I think that would be really nice.
No speaker rooms, just tents. I remember a SQL
possibly some huts to sleep in rather than tents, especially for some people.
A SQL Bits tried having tents up in Liverpool one year. Inflatable tents. But I think outside in the fields.
So for the sessions, or for people to sleep
for the sessions. But I think that would be nice.
I think that'd be perfect, and I think I'd add to that. So some bands, have some real bands. You know, get some big headliners in. Would be brilliant. A nice dance tent for later in the night. Good whiskey bar, that would be important. But not, as Zoe said, not the night before it.
Maybe like a silent disco, but with HoloLenses for people as well.
Oh, that's a genius idea.
You could just have a tent full of people with HoloLenses just wandering around going, who am I walking through at the moment?
I really like that idea. That would be brilliant. I think the other thing I'd have, I used to love Future Decoded for the non-Microsoft speakers. I love the sessions. I love having the kind of the people from Microsoft, but something a bit different. I always remember, I forgot his name, the head of WPP. His sessions, Martin something, who came and spoke, and he was just so eloquent. And it's, we talked earlier about getting that other perspective, getting a broad spectrum of things you wouldn't normally see. He came and gave that, and it was really, really interesting in there. And he was talking about how everything's going to go global and local, that kind of regional will disappear, and that could be applied to technology as well as to other items.
We've got to remember, the technology is an enabler for something. So, the something that it's going to enable comes from the business. So, getting that business insight, different sized organisations would be good to have that from as well.
Absolutely. And my last thing, if we're going to have it outside, we would have the Grey Hat Beard stage, I think, on there.
Oh, absolutely.
And it would be a karaoke stage, so someone could come and chat, do off-the-cuff sessions.
Now Now I'm scared you
and
said
come and play a
karaoke.
band. I think we'd have Chris Huntingford, who I can see just down there. Would come and shout a lot, and we'd have a bit of variety.
Oh, that sounds good. Sounds like the perfect conference.
Absolutely. And we do have someone giving talk. I hope it's not too much background noise, but I think it's probably a good opportunity to wrap up on there. Do check out, I know the videos from South Coast Summit are going to be coming out. Do keep an eye out for those. There's going to be some really good events coming up. We'll be back to our usual one. The nice thing about this event is that we've actually been able to go and talk to people, and we've got a whole load more guests lined up to come and appear.
Yep.
So Zoe's agreed to come back in, and a few others. Oh, we have.
How you doing? How you doing? So we're doing a podcast
we're going to have
at the
one
moment.
more. Would you like to come and introduce yourself and say hello?
So this is a great guest.
It's not really.
Oh no! Well, you haven't heard what question we're asking people.
No. Okay, do I want to know?
Oh, absolutely you do. Oh, absolutely you do. Give a quick introduction.
Yeah, so I'm Mark Christie, Director of Proximo 3 and one of the organisers of Scottish Summit.
And that leads beautifully into the question that we're asking people.
What's the best?
What's your dream conference?
Well,
And
It's
you
in
and it's
Scotland. It's in
anything.
February.
could I say not doing another conference?
No, not
Not
organised.
until March.
Not organised.
So,
no.
if you were attending, what would be? Yeah, anywhere in the world, any time.
If I was attending one,
yeah, what would be?
right. So obviously Scottish Summit, we'll get that out the road.
We all know that is going to be the best conference in Scotland next year.
I would say Canada, somewhere.
Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Some Toronto, maybe Vancouver, somewhere up there. As you can see, I'm sweating because it's so hot here. So somewhere nice and cold.
So
Yeah.
snow on the ground.
Snow on the ground. Hockey on the Saturday and the Sunday, and then we're all
Right,
good.
yeah. Oh, nice sort of event for
Yeah.
speakers to go to a hockey
What's in
match.
hockey, or the chance for people to play? Or
Well, watching it. So at
Yeah.
Scottish Summit, Proximo have actually sponsored Glasgow's ice hockey game on the Sunday.
Right.
So there's an accessibility hack on the Thursday,
Yeah.
the event on the Friday and the Saturday. Then we've got 20 tickets for the ice hockey on the Sunday.
Awesome.
So if you're lucky and you ask and you speak nicely to the certain people, you might get to go and watch Glasgow play ice hockey.
Oh, fantastic.
So that's an interesting.
That's a good one. Yeah.
And we will have a lot of Microsoft delegates over from the States and from Canada
Yeah.
who are kind of hockey people, so
yeah.
we will see how that goes.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
So how have you guys been enjoying this? At the podcast, you're switching now to
Oh.
me going into my podcast.
Oh,
you speak
absolutely.
interviews. Yeah.
Oh, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been really good. So,
Have you actually gone round anywhere, or have you been?
Yeah, so
podcasting?
I was doing the pre-con yesterday for
Right,
security
okay.
and compliance. So really good turnout, really good questions, exactly what you want from a pre-con.
Yep. Good.
And then going around seeing exhibitors. I actually made it to a session as well.
Yeah, I
And
managed.
speaking to a lot of people.
I got into Jason Almeida's session on field service,
Yeah.
but I've just come over here because I'm now going to start just wandering around stealing merch.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, that's not why people come. Oh no, wait, that is the only reason.
Oh,
isn't
that
it?
is 100%. I've also been
Swag
giving
all
out.
the way.
We've got Scottish Summit tartan this year,
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
and I think Zoe was up here a minute ago.
Yeah.
So Zoe grabbed a scarf off me. Some folk have got socks as well.
Yeah.
So is that over on the stands? Your stands,
No, that's
or-
the Scottish Summit
Facing
ones
round.
that we've kind of brought with us
okay.
because I've been bribing some people.
Ah, fair enough. Fair
What's the
enough.
best bit of merch you've seen so far?
I'm slightly biased. The USB hub from Law 365 has saved my bacon.
Okay.
So I'll give that a go.
So
I haven't
the
been
Microsoft stand had some good hoodies and
Yeah.
and tops.
I got there and there was nothing. I actually ended up giving Adam things and not taking anything. So he actually has more now than
They had a ton of stuff when they arrived.
Yeah.
And everybody who was coming was just like, right, okay, yes. straight
He said he
over
had
that.
9 boxes with him.
Yeah, he had a ton of stuff.
9 boxes of merch, and now he's only got stickers.
I saw him setting up there and managed to grab a bag, but it's going pretty quick.
You've got all the Microsoft stuff, then you've got Richard's Pixel robots stuff sitting in the corner. That's
Yeah, all the HoloLens stuff down there.
Yeah.
They're not giving away HoloLenses though. That's,
No.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Were you playing with the HoloLens yesterday?
Yeah.
I did see that. I've got one sitting in my house that I've got. So I've got the The original, like, one.
Yeah, the first version.
But yeah, I love it.
Yeah, no, it's
Mainly for field service things, because that's kind of my background.
I've
But
been playing around with various demos and some of the meeting technology that's going out. You know, mesh and there's some nice stuff coming there.
so can I plug the AltSpace VR world now then? Because that's done on Microsoft Mesh, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be
So-
really big soon.
Yeah,
We've got obviously in-person Scottish Summit,
yeah,
but we also have it virtually online, and we have built an AltSpace VR world,
yeah. Nice.
which
Which either headset or you can do.
yeah,
from
you can
your
do it on the
PC,
computer or
laptop,
the
Mac.
headset.
Yeah.
When I wear the headset, it makes me physically feel sick.
Right.
But that's why I like
That's
the
the other
HoloLens.
attendees,
No,
that's
the
the problem.
HoloLens you can see through because it's like the AR side.
So, mate, so one of the suggestions we had for the Dream conference was to have like a silent disco, but people were just with HoloLenses on.
Right.
And so just
So I'm in. I've got one. I'm in.
Yeah, all be in a room and just wandering around,
Yeah.
knocking
I
into
love
each other,
that,
seeing.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I've got my
Headbanging
own.
could be a bit awkward,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
other than that.
No, you can do that. I've had it tight at the back, and you can do a little bit of head banging. So
Right, we are going to have to wrap up because
Yep.
the others are here to come and talk for the next podcast. But thank you very
No
much.
worries.
for coming
Enjoy
to
the rest of your
I haven't
day.
actually met you before.
No,
So it's
enjoy.
as well.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Hope I
Thank
see
you
you
very
around.
much.
Well, we will do.
Oh, yeah, one more guest. That was fantastic. So, we will wrap up there. As we were saying a little bit before, we'll be back to our normal programming next week. But from the South Coast Summit, thank you very much and goodbye.
I'll see you soon.
Bye.